All right, Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Radash, Shalom, salutations, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Rakatham, the water for your sacrifices and your lessons. Shalom to the elder bishops out of Connecticut, who I also listen to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Barakatham. Shalom to the elders and the prophets, the teachers, and evangelists also of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham, to water for your sacrifices and also your lessons. And last but not least, shalom to Speckled Bird, the Confused Space, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. Back again, Shalaki, with another video. And this is I've been trying to do my sit downs and do breakdowns with my sit downs, and you know, Arakazah has been going pretty well. You know, I prepare, and you know, get my scriptures together, get my precepts and things of that nature together, and then you know, I'm praying that you be edified with it. So today I wanted to do Zachariah chapter 3 breakdown. There's only 10 verses in it, so it's not a heavy chapter like a second Esdras or you know, a Genesis or something like that. But so this is interesting. It got my attention because, you know, it talks about this chapter in Zechariah. It talks about Yahweh Shai coming back. This is the Old Testament too. That's why Yahweh Shai says he comes in the volume of the book. Talks about the elect. It talks about the new kingdom, which St. John talked about in Revelation. So you know, it's a good chapter to read, inspirational, and you know, it gives you the understanding of who you are, and you know, if you're an Israelite, how you are to be separated, and to gives you understanding of some symbolism of cleansing and being filthy, and you know, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and to the best of your ability, you know, doing what you got to do to prepare for Yahweh Shai to return. So, you know, without further ado, let's go straight into it. And we're going to go to Zechariah. There we go. And we're going to go to chapter 3. And we're going to start. And it reads, Zechariah 3:1. And he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. Okay, so what is that talking about? Well, one of the first books that I think about when it talks about angels and the Lord and Satan, makes me think about Job, because Job is a great book to go into about Satan and also the angels, you know. But let's get first Revelation Revelation 12 and 10. And it reads, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of the Most High, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. So you know what it's talking about. I read it in the NIV as well, trying to get different I like to read the GNT, the NIV, the NLT, and I'm start reading. I forgot the name of it right now, so I'm not going to mention it. But I'm looking into other Bibles to bring out the scriptures because there's nothing you can do against the truth before the truth. So we try to bring out other books of the Bible to validate the King James version of it. NIV says, "Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, 'Now have come the salvation of the power of the kingdom of our power and the authority of his Messiah.'" Okay, so Yahushua is going to get ready to rule in the time that we are in now. As we go through Jacob's trouble and the final hour of temptation, and all these things, Yahushua returning, all these things are the ending to the beginning of Yahushua's kingdom reigning on here on the earth. And it says, "And the authority of his Messiah, for the accuser of our brothers and sisters who accursed them before our power day and night has been hurled down." So that damn devil, who's been accusing us, because Esau thinks that Yahushua is down with him, and he's not. He's just been allowing what's been taking place for a little while, and now things are about to change. Job 1:9, and it reads, "Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Doth Job fear the Most High, or not? For not? Hast not thou made his hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face." So this is on a lower level. This is how Esau is coming at Yahushua with us. He's saying, in so many ways he's saying, these are your people. Look how they sin. Look how they go against you. Look how they curse you. This is why your scriptures say, there's scriptures that, Yahushua said, their mind is, their hearts, their mouth do honor me, but their hearts, their mind is far from me. You know what I'm saying? Ephesians. Where's that? Okay. Ephesians 6 and 12. And it reads, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities." I heard the bishop Atazalon from GMS ATL mention principalities and love today. They were talking about, great. It was a great lesson as well. "Against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." So these wickedness in high places are the elite, and they are every day trying to consult with Satan to keep us from continuing to grow. You know what I mean? And it's already prophesied that we will. So now, guess what? They're scared. So with them being scared, all they have left is what? They sword, they hammer, they violence. And this is what they're going to try to inflict. Not try, but they are going to afflict on Jake, because they don't have any other anything else to use. But the elect is going to be delivered. You know what I'm saying? And that's just prophecy. This is Zachariah 3 and 2. "And the Lord said unto Satan, The Lord rebuketh thee, O Satan, even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuketh thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire?" So this brand that's plucked out of the fire is what? the elect. Because why? Yahweh Shai said, roughly paraphrasing, that he's going to refine. Man is going to be more precious than gold, and more precious is when you refine it, when you purify it, and this is what he's doing to his elect. We're being hopeful elect. I pray to be part of the hopeful elect, but the hopeful elect are being purified by going through afflictions and going through things to prepare them before Yahweh Shah returns, including what we're going through with Jacob's trouble. You know, these things that are being done are to purify the hopeful elect. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. Oh, okay. What was that? Let's get some precepts for that. Let's go to Amos 4:11. And it reads, I have overthrown some of you, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and yea, were as a firebrand plucked out of the burning. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. So the elect will be delivered, but the 2/3 will not be delivered. And the 2/3 is what is being spoken about here in verse 11 of Amos chapter 4. And the NIV, it says, I overthrew some of you as I overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You were like a burning stick snatched from the fire, yet you have not returned to me, declares Yahweh. And that's because ultimately Yahweh Shai didn't want them back. You know, he woke them up, but he only woke them up so that they would they go off for them to be judged, because he already predestined chosen his elect. Okay? Because the elect are going to be delivered. Romans 11:5. And this is understand this is Hebrew hopscotch is what Hyman vocab calls it, you know, which is cool. We don't have a problem with it, you know what I mean? But, you know, we listen and we follow the scriptures and do what Yahweh Shah tells us to do. So we're not worried about what Hyman Malone wants. He's starting to get scared because he realized there's no Salaki, foot itching. He realized there's no way out of judgment. You know, Romans 11:5, and it reads, and so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace, and by grace then is it no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is not more grace, otherwise work is no more work. Now that probably threw you off, so let's get it in the NIV, and it reads, and if by grace, then it cannot be based on works. If it were grace, would no longer be grace. Okay, so basically, the elect are predestined to be delivered. Doesn't matter what you do or don't do. If you are the elect or the hopeful elect, you're going to do what was commanded for you to do anyway, because it's already in your spirit. You're pre-chosen. You're predestined from the foundations of the earth, from the beginnings of the earth, to do what it is that's required for men of the elect to do. Malachi 3:6. And it reads, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob, be not consumed. And to be not consumed is what? Let's get the word. Let's get an understanding of consumed.
Strong's H3615. Kala.
Consume.
Kala.
Consume. Kala. Kala. Okay? And consumed is to accomplish, cease, determine, end, fail, finish, complete. Complete, be at the end. Complete, be finished. So this is what Yahushua said when he, after he finished doing the work for sacrifice himself, and he said, "This is finished." It was consumed. The work that Yahushua was supposed to, the work that Yahushua did, it was consumed. It was completed. It was finished, as he had said. To be spent, to be used up, to waste away, like Asashua, like Esau. Esau is consumed. An exhausting fail, to come to an end, vanish, perish, and Esau shall be consumed. Okay? Esau shall be destroyed. All right? It's good to learn, understand words, and this is something that I have learned from our elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, of all the men of Great Millstone that constantly push and teach you to listen and learn words, the etymology and the etymology of words, the study of words, and understanding and learning of Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kadash, the Greek, and also the devil's language, which is the Latin. Okay, these are important to learn. Let's go to Zachariah, verse 3, and it reads, "Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments, and stood before the angel. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee." So those filthy garments are being cleaned, okay? Iniquity is sin, and it's to be passed from you, meaning Yahweh is cleaning you from the iniquity. "And I will clothe thee with change of remnant." So they're going to get new clothes, okay? It's a symbolism, with the filthy garments of pollution, captivity, and sin, iniquity, rebellion, all these things that Israel have done against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But again, this chapter is about the elect being delivered. So who is he talking to through Zachariah? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is talking through Zachariah to us about the elect. It's only about the elect, and the elect are the ones who are going to be delivered. This is a message only for the elect, okay? It's not for everybody. The elder apostles teach us that all the time. This is not for everybody. It's only for the elect. And only the elect are going to get it. Only the elect are going to understand it. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 64:6, and it reads, "But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away." So we needed Yahushua to sacrifice himself for who? For the elect, because the elect will be the remnant, which will bring Israel back all as a conglomerate. And this is how the scriptures tell you in the Old and New Testament, all Israel shall be saved, because the elect is going to be preserved, and they're going to, my foot is itching. The elect is going to be preserved, and they're going to, do sex with concubines and wives, bring back the nation of Israel, okay? That's how it's going to happen. And if you don't understand this, And speaking about this, is you're going to be thrown off because it's not meant for you to understand. Because Yahweh Shem Shah didn't open up your eyes and open up your mind. Let's go to Revelation 19 and is it 18? No, 19 and 8. I thought it was 18. Revelation 19 and 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in the fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is a righteousness of saints. That she is who? That her is who? It's Israel as a nation, because we're all going to be cleansed of sin. How? Because we're going to get those new bodies. We're going to have those angelical bodies like Yahweh Shai has. And we're not going to have to go, we're not going to go off anymore. We're not going to sin anymore. You know what I'm saying? We won't have the chains of darkness, which is the flesh and blood, symbolically. You know what I'm saying? So this is a prophecy that's going to happen. What was the other one? Colossians 3 and 9. Colossians, where you at? Colossians 3 and 9, and it reads, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Hamashiach is all in all. And all who? All you Israelites. Okay? Starting with the elect. All right? And just like we give reverence to Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, you know, we're not on that same level, but we also, we don't give on the same level that we give Yahweh Yahweh Shai respect and blessings, but also we give reverence to our elder apostles who are the head prophets and teachers of the nation of Israel, okay? Whether you want to accept it or not. And they lie not to us. This is why they are the heads of the whole nation of Israel, because these other Israelite camps, you know, it's appreciative, you know, that they come out on the highways and byways. Some camps, they teach you you're an Israelite, but they don't give you the 100% truth. Some of the things that they say to you are lies, you know, and that's just the truth. You know what I mean? They heard the truth, but they know of the truth, and they tell you a lie for whatever reasons it benefits them. Majority of the time, it's money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to you know, I'm not going to BS you. You know, with money, as the scriptures tell you, is a great defense. And this is what these camps use it for. So the more of abundance that they have it, the more they feel like they can defend themselves from the ones who actually allow them to have it, which is Esau and his world. You know, crazy to me, but you know, this is the technology our people are set up with, thinking that, you know, it's gonna work out, and it's like that doesn't even make sense. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Romans 13 and 14, and it reads, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So let's get an understanding of the provision, okay? Because it's saying, well, let's leave it in the NIV. It says, rather clothe yourself with, rather clothe yourself with the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh. Because I get the word anyway, provision, but whatever you're going to have, doing what you're supposed to do, Yahweh Shai is going to allow you to have it. If it's righteous. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you're wicked, then I mean, you're gonna get a wicked judgment. You know what I'm saying? And if you are righteous and strive to be righteous, then you know you're gonna get a righteous judgment. You know, that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Provision.
Strong's G 4307. Pronoia.
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 Pronoia is provision, right? And it's forethought. Provide dental care to make provision for a thing. So yeah, so the pre-think of, you know, like premeditated, the pre-think ahead of time of care, okay? That's why it says to not think about, do not think about the gratifying desires of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? You put those things off, and what do? You concentrate on the work. That's what you do. And everything else will be provided for you. Do the work. Yahweh Shem Shah will provide for you. Zachariah 3:5, and it reads, "And I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments, and the angel of the Lord stood by." Okay, what is that? You know, wisdom, spiritual rank, a separation from these heathens, right? Let's get a precept. Let's get a precept. Revelation 2:10, and it reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Because this is what exactly you're going to inherit if you do what you're supposed to do. So as the scriptures say, don't worry about what you're going to deal with in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? In the spirit, you concentrate on keeping your eye on the prize, which is doing what Yahweh Shem Shai wants you to do. Doing that will grant you life, even if it means losing your life. Roughly paraphrasing. And it will be gratifying. It's never happened to me yet, but I'm praying that it does. All right. Isaiah 62. And 3, and it reads, "Thou shalt also be a crown, a glory in the hand of Yahweh, for a royal diadem in the hand of thy power." That's right. We're going to be kings and priests on this earth. We're going to have power. Yahweh Shai also said we're going to do great things on this earth, you know. So when we get that power, when we inherit all the things that kings and priests are to inherit, there's nothing that could accumulate or amount to what we are to receive with those blessings. This is why Esau is trying his best to get you to sell yourself short, sell out, give up, and he's crying and complaining through Satan to Yahweh Shem Shai. Look at your people. These are your people, right? Look at them. They're committing adultery. They're committing idolatry. They commit murder. They lie to one another. You know, just all kind of wickedness they do. But Yahweh Shem Shai understands that we get that from this devil. He's the one that really, you know, tricked us into believing that it's okay to do this wickedness, you know. This is why we got to continue to keep enduring, man, and continue to keep being obedient, okay? This is Zachariah 6:3 and 6, like it. And the angel of the Lord protested against Joshua, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts. And I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by. So if we continue to do what we got to do, enduring and being obedient, and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're in the right path, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Deuteronomy 28:1. Let's get that. And it reads, It shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Above all nations of the earth. I'm going to do it in a slow. Above all nations of the earth. All right? I'm having some fun with it, but, I'm very blessed and grateful when I'm able to do this work. And, I try to make the best of it every day. There's not a day that I'm not trying to do this work. Really, sometimes when it doesn't go time-wise as I plan, sometimes I get upset. But, work through it, Yahweh Shem Yahushua still blesses me regardless of the fact. So I'm very grateful. Very grateful I'm in a position to do this work. Matthew 19:28, and it reads, And Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily means truthfully, I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That's a beautiful thing, and this is why, one of the reasons we do what we do, do our work, you know what I mean? Fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, continue to do this work, that we can have that honor and have that privilege and have that glory as well. Revelation 3:21. And it reads, To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me. The scriptures state vocab alone. The scriptures line up. We know that you do it too, man. So, you know what I mean? We know how you devils get down, B. You know what I'm saying? You bunch of hypocrites. You vipers. You slick foxes. But, you know what I'm saying? We understand what it is, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You ain't fooling nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? We know that you're horrified about your time being up and what are you going to do? But, truthfully, nothing you can do but prepare yourselves to work hard. Pray that you be a strong buck, that you could, do well for your master. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be your only occupation. And your only care in the world is to do good work for your master. You know what I'm saying? Again, Revelation 3:21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and I am set down with my Father in his throne. Because it's all Yahweh Shem Yahushua's. And look what he's allowed to have done is to allow us to rule with Yahushua, And this is why we do what we do, because we already been chosen and we were given to Yahushua to hopefully be, I pray that I be part of the hopeful elect, to be, to actually be under the tutelage and under Big Brother, Lord and Savior Yahushua, to, to follow under him and to do what he's doing. You know what I mean? Zachariah 3:8. Hear now, Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, For they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. The branch who? The branch of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai is the branch. We are the vine. We are the fruit. Jeremiah 23:5, and it reads, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise up unto you David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Now, what is it talking about? Unto David, a king. That king is our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, but King David will also be back as well to rule under Yahweh Shai. Okay? Everybody's going to have their place. Everybody's going to find their position. Everything will be done decently in order. Okay? Can't wait for that, because I'm big on order and I like decency. You know, just makes me, gives me peace to have that. How about that? Okay? Isaiah 11:1, and it reads, And there shall come forth, listen, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots, and the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, and the spirit of wisdom and understanding, and the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of Yahweh, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, reprove with equity for the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. So we don't got nothing to worry about. This devil time is about to be up. We just got to endure and be obedient. Yahweh Shai is about to get us up out of here, man. All right? Just continue to hang in there, man. And it ain't supposed to be easy. I'm going to say that. It ain't supposed to be easy. You know? It's supposed to be hard. So, you know, continue to keep, because if you're going through things, you should rejoice, as the scriptures tell you. Roughly paraphrasing. Because that should let you know that, you know, you may be around be good company. You know what I mean? Orders are coming from high to, you know, put you through those tests that you may be refined. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Thundercats Lion, you know, Lord of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go through something to get something. Luke 1:32. He shall be great, and he shall be called the Son of the Highest. And the Lord thy power shall give unto him the throne of his father David. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Woo-wee! Can't wait. Ready to get up out of here, but understand that we gotta, you know, we gotta go through what we gotta go through, man. Gotta go through what we gotta go through. And get that spiritual power, get them bodies. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's done. You done, Esau. This is Zachariah 3:9. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua. And Joshua, when you break it down and you go into the Paleo Hebrew, his name is Yahweh Shai. Okay? Talking about Yahweh Shai. But if you don't, this is why it's important to understand words and names and things of that nature. Because if you truly understand the name of Yahweh Shai is a nomen omen, which means name prediction, means that he saves, he delivers his people. Okay, for behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. So we're going to come up out of this wickedness that we're in, and we're going to be rooted in righteousness. We're not going to go up anymore, you know. We're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. Revelation 5 and 6, and it reads, And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, as it had been slain, had been, the Shahawashai, had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High, sent forth into all the earth. So that 777 is what? Infinity. Hold up. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. At 7. What is 7? The 777. Yeah, I think it's infinity. I believe it's infinity. Fact check it, but I believe it's infinity. Zachariah 4 and 10, and it reads, For who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice, and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. And with those 7, they are the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Okay? That 7 is a spiritual number. Please forgive me, man. I know it's, that's what I believe that's exactly what it is, but you want to make sure that you fact check. But I'm sure, but I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad number. It's a great number, especially for Israel. So when it's mentioned in the scriptures like that, it's pretty much giving you the understanding that it's going to be forever, like Yahweh's kingdom. Psalms 118 and 22, and it reads, The stone which the builders refused is become the head stone of the corner. This is Yahweh's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day which Yahweh hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Which is, that day is coming real soon. Real soon. Oops. I got my notes all jacked up. It's all good though. Last scripture. I mean, not last scripture. Last verse in Zechariah 3, chapter 3. Zechariah 3 and 10. In that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, shall ye call every man his neighbor under the vine and under the fig tree. So we're going to what? Live in peace, won't be no more. I don't like this person. I don't deal with that person. I hate that person. I'm going to kill this person. I'm going to do that to him. I'm going to do that to her. We're going to be neighbors. We're going to be brothers. We're going to be loved ones. We're going to be family. And we're going to get along very well. Micah 4 and 4. And it reads, But they shall sit in every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of Yahweh of hosts have spoken. It's been prophesied, okay? Beautiful scripture. It's been prophesied what's going to happen. 1 Kings 4 and 25, and it reads, And Judah and Israel, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. So it's also a future prophecy as well. Okay. Isaiah 14, I'm going to start at 1, and it reads, Israel's taunt. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day, Yahweh shall give thee rest from the sorrows and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou hast made to serve. Koholo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekahak Radash Shalom, salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of GMS on down in Shalom to the elect. Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai. Koholo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Shema Yesha'Allah, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh Achad. Shalom.